Hey, what's up? It's Kevin here. So today I thought I want to do something a little different than my usual videos and just try to tell you a story. It is a story about myself and how I went from being a nobody to being someone that I can be proud of. My channel is about personal development, mindset, and motivation, and there's a reason why I choose that theme for my channel. And the reason is because I came from being quite an unhappy person, a lost boy, to who I am today, someone who isn't afraid to voice out my opinions if I see fit. I hope my story will inspire you on how personal development can indeed change you in a meaningful way. I was once there, a boy who thinks that I have all the developments I need as a human being. So this term personal development sounds really foreign to me, and at some point it sounded like a made-up word. And it is actually pretty hard to explain until you really achieved it. So when I was younger, I was just an average person with not much opinion. I was raised with this idea that if you're not rich, then you're not powerful. And anyone who is rich is always right. So I have to follow whatever the rich says. So naturally, that sort of became a goal of mine, to become rich. And if there's an end game in life, being rich is my end game. If you are rich, then you have no financial worries, you have time freedom, and life is good, I guess. I mean, I have not there yet, so I can't say much, right? And so since young, everything I do, I try to be my best. I'm a highly competitive person. But the thing is, I'm following a very strict system that can't lead me to being rich, which has sort of become my terminology for success at this stage. I studied hard, I get my degree, I work hard trying to climb the corporate ladder. At first it was great until I realized that working hard and being smart doesn't necessarily mean you can get promoted. You actually need social skills to do that. Now, all my life I've been a very academic person, so talking isn't in my skill set at all. I am super introverted and I can hardly strike any conversation. And just like that, without that skill set, I couldn't get promoted even if I'm good at what I do. I did find a way eventually, and that is changing jobs. I use that as a way to give myself a promotion because every new job I take is a step up above my current one. Until of course I landed myself on a really bad job, worked with really bad people, and just overall bad experience. Every day I dragged myself to work, I was at the point of feeling depressed, and I did not even know what I was doing anymore. Because that job made me feel stuck. Like, if I want to earn more money, does that mean I have to face all this crap for the rest of my life? And so I would say during those times, I was pretty lost. I was aimless, I don't know what I was doing, and it felt like all I wanted was the day to end as soon as I wake up. So I started thinking to myself, if my goal is to get rich, then is there a better way to do it other than having a job? I mean, if you really want to be rich by having a job, then you better work so hard up till the point where you can join the board of directors. But that has never been my plan because knowing my weakness, which is my inability to speak, I know for sure this is not going to work out for me. So I was basically left with no options at all. It felt like for the rest of my life, this is what it's going to be. Nothing is going to change. And I started looking around me and I realized that there are people around me who have already achieved my goal, which is being rich. And I got jealous. But then I realized that majority of them did not get rich by their own efforts. They're not self-made. They just happen to have really rich parents who can afford to spare some extra cash for their kids to start their own business or purchase real estate. They were feeling all proud and successful, and that made me feel like life is unfair. Because that's pure luck. They were born into a rich family and they achieved my goal without putting in any hard work at all. And this is also the reason why I don't like those people who have made it by having their parents as their angel investors. I mean, they work hard in their business, but they have got nothing to lose. If their business were to go bust, then they lose nothing because the injected capital wasn't theirs to begin with. I would prefer to gain success with my own hands rather than relying on someone else's, especially when it comes to money. This is why I work really hard, 12 hours a day or more, building my startup, my YouTube channel, because I want to prove to myself and others that self-made success is doable. And it is something that we should be proud of. So I know what I want in life, but I'm still stuck because having a job can't get me there. This is when I started to look into personal development. I started watching motivational videos, I started reading biographies, I started listening to podcasts with an open mind. This gave me a different perspective on how others think, and it made me realize that all this while I was being very stubborn. Too stubborn to accept other ways of life and all I could think of is to work a typical 9 to 5 job. Or maybe it was just my ego that I do not want to accept that I am lost and stuck. But after listening to dozens of motivational speakers like Tony Robbins and Gary Vee, I noticed one similarity between all the successful and rich people. Their focus is never about money first. It is always about how I can give you value first, how I can solve your problem first. And the more problems they solve, the more valuable they become, which increases their worth. And that's how they become rich, not by selling things people do not want, but by continuously providing value after value. And after I seen that, it completely opened up my mind to a whole new and different perspective. One of the things lucky people do not understand is giving value to others, at least to my understanding, because money to them is easy to come by. Money is literally falling from the sky for them. And from my experience, they strike me as really selfish people, because money is all they talk about. They don't talk about giving values to others, because, the world revolves around them. And that is why I lose respect for them, because they have this big advantage, more than anyone else in the world, yet most of them appear to use it for their own selfishness rather than doing good for the world. I mean, this is just based on the people around me. I'm not generalizing here. But anyways, by looking at those people who has it all given to them and looking at those who hustle and strive every day with no added advantage and still make it big, I find the latter a lot more motivating and inspiring. And it is no longer about who is the smartest anymore. It is about what their views are. It is about what they want to do in life. It is about how they want to inspire others and be a good role model for the next generation. And they actually inspired me to understand that trying to achieve something for myself is one thing, but trying to make others' life better is a whole new level. And after I understand that, I started developing myself to get better, to accept the facts that everyone is unique and everyone has got something to contribute. So after all that, after finding a new direction for myself, is getting rich still a goal for me? Well, yes, but it has a completely different meaning now because I don't want to get rich by the amount of cash I have. I want to get rich by the amount of impact and values I give to others. And I think that is how I should be measured on. Previously to me, having money is power. It gives me respect. But after having personal development, I find that that's actually being very childish. I can't demand for respect, I have to earn it. And it all starts from me giving without expectations. But I have to be realistic. I can't continue to help without first taking care of myself and my family. I still need to put food on the table. This isn't charity work. I'm not a philanthropist, at least not yet. At my current state, I am still not capable of doing it, but I do want to do it. So that became my goal and my source of motivation. So really, if you're lost or stuck, you need to find yourself again. My advice to you is you have to first stop comparing yourself to others because it is not healthy. If you do not agree with how someone lives their life, then forget about them because they are not worth your time. Secondly, you really need to believe in what you want. Most of the time, I stopped believing in myself because I was influenced by the people around me. That's just because I wanted to do things my own way, I appear weird and out of place. But there's no right or wrong to this. There's only try or not try. And if you don't try, you never know if it works. And finally, just have an open mind and listen to what those who have done it has to say. It may not be something you like to hear, but you don't have to listen to them 100%. There's always a takeaway message, and I highly suggest you take that instead. Every successful people has more or less the same message told in a different way. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And don't do things like soul searching. I mean, I don't believe in that personally because it just feels like you're trying to escape reality, and it also makes you look like you watch way too much movies. The problem is you can't solve this alone, so why do you still want to do soul searching? Do you still want to be alone even more? What you need is to talk to different people with different experiences, different perspective, and open up your mind, change your mindset. At least that's how I would tackle it. So I hope you liked this video. If you did enjoy it, please give this video a like for the sake of the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. It will definitely help my channel grow and my message can spread across to much more people that way. So yeah, I hope this has been helpful to you or inspired you to do more or at least motivated you. I just wanted to light that fire inside you, even if it's just a little. Alright then, thank you for watching, chat with you soon and take good care of yourself.